Yeah. Whole lot of cash, dog. Talking big bags.
You don't never bring us back in. It's always on me. You just sit here.
I was always taught when a grown black woman is speaking, shut up.
You got the memo. You know, all these sassy men be all up in our conversations now. Yeah, I said it. Some of y'all want to be women, you know. I can give you some of these breasts because they heavy. But we're back with Pastor Dee, and we were talking offline for a second. And I was telling her, you know, she was mentioning how just having someone see you and how important that is. And I was telling her, I was mentioning how, you know, I'm possibly up for 2 Emmys right now.
Oh,
and I don't know. We'll see if I get the nominations, God willing. But if I do, you know, my publicist was like, you need to write your speech. And I'm like, well, I didn't get the nomination. She goes, I don't care. Write the speech like you have. I said, okay.
Let me speak.
No.
I'll give you some bars.
No. I'm not going to rap at the Emmys. Okay. So... Oh, Lord. So what I was saying is that I know what that feels like because I've been in the business for 27 years. Go get the rat. I'm sorry. We have a 6-set mascot. There's a toy poodle that likes to get in the conversation. But we're going to keep this going until end this. But I was saying that I know what it's like to not be seen. Because for 27 years I've been in this business and I've accomplished a great deal. I'm very proud of, you know. My IMDb is loaded with credits. I have other projects coming and now this. But I've never truly felt seen. And I said, you know, when I was writing my speech, I said, you know, this is for everyone who's done all they can and done the best they can and they don't feel seen, you know, because... You know, you've been ignored. Like, no matter what you do, it's never good enough. And I realized that not only did I feel that way in my professional life, I felt that way in my personal life. You know, there are friends of mine who've known me 30, 40 years, and for some reason, they always think I'm fine.
I get it.
I have a couple of friends who can read between the lines. They know when my energies are. A lot of people say, oh, they look at my Instagram and they go, oh, she good. They can't read in between the lines. Yeah. How do you get to a place of how do you make someone see you? Is that even possible?
No, it has to be, first of all, they have to deal with their own selves in order to see you. Right. And from a perspective, because you are handling your business, you are in the scene of being seen from your profession and what you do. So you are more likely to even be ignored because people applaud success. They applaud celebrity. They applaud, and you all can be the most hurting ones.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm not a celebrity and all that, I'm not exempt either. So I still have the same struggle. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But the more money you make, the more you do this, the more you also are clouded and blinded by other people because they're applauding what you do. So it takes those who are very close to you and in tune with themselves, like your close friends, to say something ain't right.
Right. You can always tell that one celebrity doesn't have any accountability partners. That everybody in their clique is yes people. You can always tell.
And I'm gonna tell you, it takes first of all, for women like ourselves, particularly for when we were born, and then we're goal-oriented, we're self-motivated, we're going to make this happen. It takes a hell of a man.
Yeah.
Because 9.5 out of 10, they intimidated.
Oh my God. And I hate that word. I don't understand it. They're so hypocritical and contradicting. Okay, so she's saying that men get intimidated by women who are goal-oriented, goal-driven. They go after their dreams. You have a lot of men that, you know, are intimidated by that.
I spoke on that.
I know, but
here's my take on that.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Cocoa Brown, and I'm sitting up here with my wonderful co-host.
Praise.
And welcome to the Cocoa and Crazed show, man. We are are enjoying this wonderful almost July. I don't know where the time is going. I hope you are living your life because it's been a blur for me. I don't even know what year it is right now, but I'm still here, so praise Jesus. We have an incredible guest today, and we're just going to kickstart it because, I'm always about female empowerment. I'm always about finding spirituality in it all, because all of us sometimes are not religious, we're spiritual. We know how to keep in touch with if you want to call it chakras or spirit or energy or whatever, the universe. And I'm super excited that she's here. I've had an opportunity, my co-host Crazed hit me to her page and her podcast, and it's just an amazing sisters talking some real, and I'm super happy to have her. So can we please get our ears ready for some knowledge and some wisdom and some realness? Give it up for Pastor Dee in the house.
How are you?
How you doing, Queen? You good?
I am wonderful, wonderful. And I love what you just said because I'm all about the same thing. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Give our listeners and our viewers a little bit of backstory so they know who you are.
Well, actually, my name is Dunamis Dee, Dee Mallory, and I am the founder and the co-owner of DunamisWoman Enterprise, LLC. We have a conglomerate of entities that we utilize to not only heal the hearts of women based upon life, broken relationships, betrayal, all kind of stuff that we go through, but we also empower them from a spiritual perspective to understand really who they are, how to build their life, as well as transform their legacy.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to need to talk to you later. See, you be telling my business without telling my business. I love it. As a seasoned woman, I'm definitely over the age of silly stuff. But I have found that I am still going through a lot of things that I thought would be over with at this age of maturity and time in my life. And when you just mentioned, about, betrayal and the trauma and failed relationships, unfortunately, that has been kind of my MO. And I've done a lot of self-reflecting. I'm kind of a huge proponent of accountability. When things go wrong in my life, I don't tend to dwell in what someone else did to me. I dwell on what made me miss it, what made me not see it, what made me not stop it.
Correct.
I've had, definitely my fair share of failed relationships, whether it be personal or professional. I just recently had to terminate another assistant. And it's to the point now that,
You are behind me as a Jeffrey and me,
oh Lord, no, because I value our friendship. Never put you on payroll. That was the quickest way to end this friendship. Because you ain't gonna put up with it. But anyway, I know that I'm not hard to work with, but I'm not a cakewalk because I have triggers. And I've acknowledged that about myself. I know that I don't do disrespect. I definitely don't do insubordination. I definitely don't do taking advantage of my kindness. And I found that to be something that I have dealt with quite a bit in not just professional, but personal. Not insubordination with someone that I'm dealing with romantically, but I found that there's a lack of true transparency and honesty, especially if emotions have changed. Instead of telling someone, I'm not feeling this anymore, I'm just going to keep leading you on and then do something so drastic and left that you have to leave me alone when it could have just been a conversation. We could have parted as friends.
Correct.
Coming from your background, why do you think we have this era of ghosting and this era of not wanting to hold accountability for ourselves, and we'd rather just leave someone in a lurch and not just give them the respect and the common courtesy of an explanation?
Now, can I keep it real on here?
Yes, please do.
Oh, okay. First of all, we really don't know who the hell we are. That's the bottom line. We have been put on a mask, and we have been trained and developed, particularly as a Black people. I'm a Black woman. You're a Black woman. You're on here. I don't know what everybody was listening to, but at the end of the day, I got to take ownership for who I am. And what we continuously do is hurt one another because we have been taught who to be or what to be and not who we really are. And And so now I relate, and I'm saying this because I've experienced the same thing you're talking about. You know, I'm a little bit more seasoned than you, probably about a little 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Our birthdays around the same time. You know? So I had to take a step back and say, really, married, children, going to church, doing all this stuff. So who the hell am I? Because everybody was trying to make me be what they wanted to be. And in the relationships, you give your heart. And, you know, we as women, we're incubators, you know, and that's what dunamis literally means. It's a miracle itself. So if I have the ability to birth naturally, just imagine what I can do based upon my identity and who I really am from a perspective that most people can't handle. So now it conflicts and impedes with our relationships because we're powerful women. That's one of the descriptions of dunamis. They love our substance. They love our power. They love our pussy. They love all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, can you really take me for who I am?
Yes. And then to add on to that from what you said, you know, if you can take me for who I am, but how is that possible when I don't know who I am?
And that's the whole point, because now if I was to meet Corey and I'm like, okay, let's try to pursue a relationship or whatever, I am looking for him to bring up my shit. Mm-hmm. And it's the shit that's going to cause the conflict. But when I understand who I am, I got to recognize his purpose for being in my life and not knock him, but thank him for bringing up my shit.
Yes. I get you on that so much. I have found that on this self-work journey that I've been on, you know, and you're a Libra, and I'm sure you have this trait as well, that a lot of times our tone is what gets us in trouble. We can come from such a loving place, compassionate place, a place of we truly care about you. But our tone sometimes comes off a little bit more abrasive or rough or...
Coco, I get it all the time. And I don't know if you gotten this, but I got this. Stop playing the man.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so crazy because I grew up such a girly girl. Mm-hmm. I'm talking Jack and Jill. I'm talking tees, high tees, cotillions, debutante balls. And to be told I have so much masculine energy.
Correct.
It trips me out. I'm the woman who still has a formal dining room in her home.
Correct. And know how to put everything together, but they love that part of us. But then there's an inner strength in me that I have to be in touch with. But at the end of the day, I'm still dealing with my own stuff. Let me give you the acronym that I trademarked for shit. You're messing with my secrets that are hidden in torment. That's what you're messing with. And I don't know all of it because it ain't all mine. I was carrying my mama's secrets that she didn't tell me nothing. My grandmama's shit that she didn't tell me nothing. Because that's what we were taught to do. Shut your mouth.
Yes. And just deal with it.
So I had to come out of agreement with this strong Black woman because, see, my strength could be used for good or for evil. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now I'm utilizing it for the sake of my own self, my own purpose, for my own benefit. And you have a tendency to like me for that. But can you really I call it, can you love the hell out of me?
Yeah. Girl. Yes. Can you love the hurt out of it?
That's right. And that's the hell. Because what we were taught to do, love the hurt out of them. Yeah. Love the hurt that mama left. Love the hurt because mama is a woman.
We got to be somewhere for them to fall. We got to be always smiling and comforting and somewhere for them to lay their head. But when the tables turn, it's like this emotional disconnect of them not knowing how to deal with us.
But you know why? Because this is why I don't change my title from Pastor Dee, because I draw religious folks that really, if either you're going to do two things, draw close to me or get the hell away from me. Because time I say shit, someone like, you saying shit? Okay, goodbye. Because you want to stay stuck. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm still dealing with some stuff that from a religious perspective, we were taught serve man and lose us.
And it's so funny you would say that. Dee, because taking care of my parents in their final years. My parents were married for 54 years. And I used to always trip on that. My mother would sometimes say the most craziest crap to my father. Mm-hmm. And my father sometimes would respond with a whatever, and sometimes he would snap back. But it was almost like I used to be like, well, dang, is this woman ever satisfied? Is this woman ever satisfied? But in the end, and since they've been gone and they've passed on, I've had a lot of time to reflect and deal with the grief of it all and just kind of look at the situation. I'm realizing that my mother's lashing out was not a woman ungrateful and didn't love her husband. It was a woman begging her husband to give him back what she was giving him.
Correct.
And my father just wasn't emotionally, mentally, whatever, equipped to do that. He didn't know how.
He didn't know how, because at the end of the day, and our times are so different because we got opportunities as women that our foremothers, my mother, your mother, did not have as we continue to go back. But at the end of the day, they made them emotionally unavailable. They made them not to know how to connect with us. But we do because we saw so much of their pain. We saw so much of what they was going through that we felt for them. Yeah. And you think about it, typically when we meet somebody, we look at their potential. Oh, you got this and you could do this and you could do this. And we lose ourselves looking at them, but they don't know how to emotionally connect with us.
It's in our head that blinds us from the reality.
They're from the reality. Yeah. And I can't do anything about your reality. Even as I empower women, we have over 80,000 women in our community. You know what I'm saying? That literally based upon pain, they come in 90% because of betrayal. Oh, he cheated. How the hell you sound like a 56-year-old woman talking about he cheated at elementary school. But at the end of the day, you was expecting something from them that they could not never give you in the first place.
Exactly. And it's like, do you think it stems from almost, now say, I'll be real. My parents were married 54 years. I never knew what it was like not to have a father present. I could go by the tick of the top when daddy was going to leave for work and come home every day or whatever. But I also realized that I did have some daddy issues. Mm-hmm. Because my father was one of those provider type of men.
Correct.
That my job is to provide. My job is to go to this job, bring this check home. My wife handles the household. My wife raises the kid. I am only present when it's time to discipline. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My father wasn't a very affectionate man. Like, I didn't hear the words, "I'm proud of you," till I was 26 years old. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I knew he was always there. I knew he had my back to the very end. This is a man that would somehow figure out a way to help me. And he was on a walker, with diabetes and congestive heart failure, but he was going to help his baby girl. He was going to help his kids, took care of his kids in the end. But I also realized I had daddy issues because my father never sat down and taught me what I should expect from a man. I had to learn that myself.
That's right.
That's right. What I should not.
That's right.
And my brother and I had a conversation where he was like, God, Dad never told me what to be as a man. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, I just went by example. Correct. I am the third head of my household. I provide no matter what.
Do you realize the Greek term for father is pater? And that term means sustainer and source. So you experience a sustainer and a source. But the word man means ish. It means champion. I'm extinct. I'm a survivor. So you don't even realize who you're attracting. Because I had to realize this. I did not grow up with my father present in the home, but he was present in my life. So I came to a realization I was falling in love with fathers, not men.
Okay, yeah. You just hit a note right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to, and see, I couldn't tell them that. Well, when I did, it flared up some of their issues. Because I'm a man. You're a great father. You're a great father. But not minister to me. Teach me as a man who I am as a woman. Because I came out of you. You see what I'm saying? So the disconnect is still there. We carrying the W-O, they carrying the M-A-N, and we don't even know how to put it together.
Yeah.
Because woman is a part of man, man is a part of woman. That's why they got identity crisis so much. You see what I'm saying? Because we all have levels of masculinity and femininity. That androgyny is now saying, who the hell am I really? But we're so busy taking the roles. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a wife, I'm a husband. Those are roles, those are positions. Who am I really before I got into all of that?
Yeah, we did titles and not know who we are.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I keep falling in love with great fathers, but they don't know who they are as a man.
That is so real right now, because I realized that for so many of my younger years, I did chase the affection of a father. And
there you go. Yep.
You know, when my father would say, oh, my daddy used to take me and ride me on his shoulders, and my dad would tell me I was his pretty girl and all of that. I didn't grow up hearing that, you know. I did, you know.
And that's what you desired from your father.
And I was searching for that in man.
That's right. You see what I'm saying? But then you got to look at your mother, as I had to. She's a woman, and she didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get what she
did to me. Exactly. How could she give it to me if she was like, girl,
there you go.
I'll take a break. We're going to be right back because I'm going to need to go somewhere and smoke something. You don't need some nerves in my life. We're going to be right back, y'all, with the Cocoa and Crazed show and their dynamic Pastor Dee who's in here dropping some jewels, honey, hitting all kinds of nerves. We'll be right back, y'all.
Show that's bold, spicy, and everything in between. Look no further than the What the podcast, hosted by me, Devious and Mischievous. Yes. We're going to keep you on the edge of your seat every episode, every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcast. And if you're feeling a little risque, give us a search on Pornhub. We're talking taboo topics, highlighting talented adult creators, and bringing you the rawest, most uncensored content out there. So don't settle for less. Join us on the Sick Media Network for sex, jokes, and unadulterated fun.
All right, we back, and we still kicking in with Pastor Dee on the Cocoa and Crazed show. I am being a typical black man and keeping my mouth shut while he's grown.
Which is rare, because y'all are so sassy nowadays.
Grown, beautiful black women are speaking, and I'm just soaking up game. So
I love it. But I wanted to hear your opinion, because Pastor Dee brought up something about how, as women, so many more black women now are very goal-oriented, educated, driven. We are not sitting around waiting for a man to save us, even though we'd love to have a helpmate, love to have a supporter, love to have a teammate, love to have somebody in our corner, all of the above. We're not sitting around waiting for that because we know that's very difficult right now. That's a little challenging. And she said a lot of times these men get intimidated by our drivenness, by our goal-oriented, how we're just after what we want. And I just went through that. I literally just went through that in a relationship with the last guy that I was telling you about, where he realized he was used to his woman being very behind.
Docile, yeah.
Behind the scenes.
That's what that means?
Yeah.
Somebody said that to me the other day. I thought it was good. I got offended.
They called you docile?
Nah, they were just using the word around.
Oh, that was scary. I was going to say they called you docile? That's insane.
Nah, they were just joking around.
But typically that will happen. If they will deem my husband as weak, docile, because I am goal-oriented, I am driven. So a man like Corey, who would be with a woman like us, they will deem him as the docile bee.
I think it has to balance out. I know that I'm a strong presence. I know that, I can walk in the room and I can do two things. I can control the room and I can blend in.
But I don't have no problem taking back seat.
No, you don't. But you're a rare creature. You don't get intimidated by that. But I will say this, and don't get mad at me. But the one thing I will say about you feel like you have to match that energy. And if you're not able to match that hustle or match that energy or be on the same level as that woman, you will back back off. You will fade out. And there's never going to be a chance where you guys are going to be here. And if you do, it's just for a hot second.
But see, everything is two-sided. You never get one side. So even for us women, that little girl's still looking for father. I say little girl. That has to really see, man gotta see her, not to treat you like a little girl, but to give you what you need so the woman can constantly be embraced and developed and nurtured. Does that make sense? So now, in Corey's case, a woman cannot tend to that part of him because that's still a little boy in him. So now, just as though we have the ability to birth naturally, that woman has to see him and not put him down, but take his ideas, take his vision, and birth that from a spiritual standpoint. So it still go both ways, because as long as we understand our position and who we are as woman and man and complement one another, that's why relationships are distorted, because we don't see that part. We want somebody to do for us, give to us. Where do we complement in our weaknesses, in our strengths, our idiosyncrasies, everything about us? That's where the work is, Coco. That's where the work is.
Exactly. I totally agree. It's like I've met a lot of men that have been like, I got to get on your level. I'm not worthy of you till I get on your level. Well, dude, my level is going to keep changing. So you keep chasing this bar, you'll be chasing forever.
Well, can I defend? I can speak for me.
Okay.
Having experienced a level of life where I haven't gotten back to. If you know my story, you know at one point, I was living this way. Got up to a certain point this way, and then I changed my life. So now I still haven't accomplished what I've accomplished living this way by living this way. You understand?
Right,
so,
but that's a personal thing. You can't put that on a woman saying, I'm trying to get to your level. That's personal.
I realized that, but then after reassessment, because as a grown man, you think, you reassess, you get old, you go wise. I realized that's the main thing. I'm never going to be okay with a woman unless I'm where I want to be. And it don't matter if she got 100,000. If I got 100,000, she got $1 million. Don't make no difference to me. If I'm good with my 100,000.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You have to get. So I'm thinking, Pastor Dee, what he's saying, that this makes more sense, because I'm the same way. I've always been the kind of woman. I was raised to believe that I had to bring something to the table. But my table was different than what the table is now. You know, now the table is a tight waist and a big booty, and you look good on his arm.
Correct.
Where I came up, you needed to know how to cook, how to keep a home, make a home, knew how to take care of some babies.
Correct.
Knew how to nurture your man and make him feel like the king of the castle. I came up thinking that's what the table was.
Correct.
But men don't. But you talking about boys. Men don't want fat ass.
But the thing about it is that little boys, first of all, don't know how to handle that. Because as much as, now this is just me, correct me if this is not you. I'm goal driven. I'm on purpose. I got my books. I got my podcast. I got, and the more I get, I'm going to get some more. That is me. That's Davetta. That's the woman in me. But at home, I can love you. I can give to you. I don't mind doing that. But you got to see me. You can't just take that part of me and make me dummy myself down, because I can still fix you some chicken wings, write me a book, talk on a podcast. I can do all of that. And then at the nighttime, I'm going to love the hell out of you like no other woman know how to do.
Oh, preach! But you're right. It's the boys that don't understand that.
That's what I'm saying, because they have a fear. I even deal with this with the fear is, first of all, is this too good to be true? So they sabotage.
That's what my book is about.
They sabotage because they, just like you got daddy issues you want to see, they got mama issues. Daughters love their fathers, sons love their mothers. It's the woman and the man in them. And if they're broken, we're broken. But at the end of the day, how do we bring this together? That's my quest.
Right, and I think it all boils down to it, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it all boils down to accountability. I can't can't expect you to deal with my shit if I won't deal with my shit.
That's it. And I can't put my shit on you, and definitely don't you put your shit on me.
Exactly. And if we gonna do this shit thing, let's get up the bucket and put it in the middle, and we put both our shit in this bucket, and we decide to do this shit together.
And all I'm saying is that when you meet somebody, let me know your shit. Is your shit complimentary to my shit?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we all stink.
I got it twisted out here that they want perfection. I have come across so many women in stories and even in my own experiences where the minute you stop being perfect, the minute you show a flaw or a crack in the exterior, the minute you question or ask a question or even have the audacity to demand something, you are cut like a bad habit. And I'm like, people want perfection. They don't want no discussion. They can't handle an argument. They can't handle a disagreement. People don't know how to fight fair no more. Like we can't talk. It's crazy. It's like I think it all boils down to people want perfection. They want it to go.
When I teach from a spiritual perspective. So based upon what you're saying, I can teach. What does it mean when I say something? How am I talking? What's happening with inside when I speak? It's a difference because a lot of people just talk. A lot of people don't know what to say and how to say it, that is going to move something on the inside, which now takes to the fact that we really don't know how to communicate.
And that's what it all down to. Because once again, I go back to accountability. How can you communicate with somebody if I'm willing to come to you and put my flaws and put my shortcomings on this table and say, babe, this is what's going on with me and I need your help. And you may sit up there like you perfect and ain't got nothing going wrong in your life. You ain't got nothing bad in your life. Everything you perfect. You walking around here on water, making water in the wine. We ain't gonna make it. Because you don't want to because they're not accustomed to that kind of
Coco, they're not predominantly men, particularly black men, are not accustomed to that kind of woman. Look at how our world is progressing. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. Ass is fake. Titties is fake. Health, everything is fake.
Yes.
Now you're coming from within. You're not coming just from without. Does that make sense? And a lot of that, because of the little boy, they don't want those challenges. They want somebody who doesn't challenge them to be who they are as well. It all go back to who the hell are you?
Yes. Pastor D, you are in here dropping some jewels right now.
Well, I can honestly say, in my life, I think I had to get to a point where I understood where I was going first. And now, honestly, it was recently where I just really had to break the glass jar, throw the marbles on the table, and then look at all the marbles on the floor and just figure out what I'm picking up and what I'm taking with me and what I'm leaving. And now that I know where I'm going, because before I was like locked dead person, I'm not doing nothing until I get it. But now that I know that, because I realized that it wasn't that, it was that I didn't have a direction. Mm-hmm. I was still living what everybody else told me to live. I didn't find me, so I wasn't happy within me. Yeah. So that's why I was running through hurting people. I wasn't happy. I didn't know what, because nothing in my life was happy outside of the time with my son and when I'm playing PlayStation. When I was getting up and doing everything that I was doing for passion, I was doing for free. For example, this show, the other show, when we do music, when Cole got a show and I'm pulling up and I'm doing merch, I could do that all day. Ain't a dollar in it for me. But that's just everything that I did for passion, I was doing for free. I hadn't figured out how to crack the code yet. And then when I cracked the code, now I'm more comfortable with saying, okay, now I can welcome things into my life and that type of energy into my life. It's just like now, okay, I'm ready for it, but then it's like, nigga, you can't do that now because now you got to rebuild all of it. So it's like it's another hurdle because now it's like, okay, now you're ready for it, but you don't have the material asset.
Yeah. But But you have the knowledge. I think that's the grace I had to give myself, because I've been doing this acting, this stand-up for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I see all the accomplishments, I see all the accolades, but I'm not seeing the benefits of it. And that was throwing me off. So I thought, work harder, do more, do this, take this gig, take that gig. And I realized that wasn't doing nothing either but making me tired as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And taking me away from my child.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how God will set you down when you least expect it. Because you know the last few years, my life has been crazy. One project after another, one gig after another. And then this year came along and it got quiet. I mean, it shut down. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I'm thinking something's wrong with my career. But I'm realizing now,
how long you talking about getting back?
Forever. And it's like, but it also gave me time to realize that I need to start over. But it's not a bad thing, because I'm taking a lot of knowledge with me on this other side. You know, I may not have the resources to do everything I want to do, but at least I have the knowledge of how to get it. So you got to look at it like that, you know, I had to get past my fear, because I had gotten so used to everything looking a certain way. And then when everything got quiet, everything came to a screeching halt and everything seemed to be falling apart, and, you know, everything was just happening. And I just was like, whoa. And then I was distracted with my work. I was distracted with unnecessary relationships and whatever. And then when things got quiet and that smoke cleared, it was just me in that desert with my shit.
Correct. She ain't gonna forget that, right? That's the truth.
Girl, let's collaborate and do a t-shirt.
Right. Come on, let's go. But you know what? One of the things that, even listening to you all, we fail to realize that there's some principles here. Because let me ask you a question, Corey. How did you get on this earth? How did you get here? You came through a woman. Mm-hmm. For us, yes, we came through a woman, but we came from a man. So even your ideas, what you want or whatever, those things are not relationship. Those things are what we do to build our lives. But from a relationship standpoint, just like you had a woman to birth you to get here on this earth, it takes a woman to see your heart, to see your vision, to see your ideas, because when she's in place seeing that, things going to flow to you. That's birthing. That's a spiritual birthing. For Cocoa and I, we don't need the woman. We here. Now we need to know where we from. We need a man to build us up.
You know how I got here. She's
Men need birthing. We need building.
Yeah.
Well, how do you build? I want to know how to build this shit. I want to build a woman.
How do you build a woman?
I want to learn that.
You want to break that down? Or you want?
I don't think we got time.
No, we're gonna take a quick break. I'll process that question. How do you build? What time is it? Okay. Okay. We're doing already. We gotta get it over. Okay. All right.
You're gonna have to bring.
We're gonna have to bring you back.
I ain't going nowhere.
We ain't nowhere near. I guess next episode we bring you back, because we have to get into, because this man just asked $1 million question that I wish a lot more men would ask. How do I build a woman? How do I build up a woman? Because a lot of y'all don't know that what you think you're doing to build her up really ain't doing nothing but tearing her down. Like, a lot of you men really think that pocket, that wallet is all it takes. And there's a certain type of woman out here, yeah, them Gucci bags and trips to Miami is all she needs to feel like somebody. Somebody like me, that's not gonna
because when just think about it this way. Cocoa and I, so just say if I put y'all together right now, you build her up, see her, speak to her, nurture that. It ain't shit you want to do that she would not say, come on, baby, you could do this. Let's birth it. 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 See, most people want to still take it from us. You are doing it now. You're just not in a relationship that's intimate.
But the thing is, if I love you, I'm going to do that.
I know this man loves me. He is one of my best friends. And I know he got my back 100 grand.
But what I'm saying is that we don't know how to take this type of stuff right here and transcend it into a personal relationship. That's when it get clouded. Does that make sense? Because feelings get involved, triggers are hit.
I said, I will destroy this friendship if I let you work for me. Because Cocoa Brown, the woman that you're friends with, and Cocoa Brown, the boss, the employee, are two different Cocos. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but she act like I don't know that. Look, a couple of her former employees.
Yeah.
When she wants to get rid of them, she uses her resources.
Right, I call him to get them out. Bring that box, bro.
So it's like, okay, how you gonna find a resource guy?
But I guess what I'm saying.
But it's just the reason. But I just say I want to learn how to build a woman up, because I understand now that in order to, you have to understand where your place is in that woman's life. And I think too many times I've come into situations where I felt I didn't have a place. So I overlooked my position and I missed the whole boat, because I felt
first of all, everybody can't take us where we're going. I appreciate everyone who can. I just wrote a book, and my book is talking about, I thank God for every ex-husband. I appreciate you. I still love you. Hallelujah. You good, because you got me to where I am right now. You might not have got me here by loving me. You got me here by doing what you did. So now you're not the same person. Tomorrow we're going to be in change. We're forever evolving. So now, as a man that have gotten experiences, you know all these things that have happened in your life and how it impacted you, to build a woman up, and I'm going to say this and we can come back some other time, is to see her pain. And not use it against her. That's the places that you got to love her. That's the places that you can see her shit, smell her shit, but you know I am called to that shit right there.
Mm-hmm. And I think, I know we've got to wrap up soon, but that is so real, Dee, because, I know you see this meme 1,000 times. The worst thing a person can do is learn about your pain and your trauma and your hurt and turn around and use that to do the same crap to you. You see that happening so much, and I'm like, why do people do that? And then you wonder why you don't open up to people, why you only show them a facade, because people take your weakness, and it's not a weakness. We've all been through pain or trauma, but they take it and flip it and use it against you and turn it against you.
But that's a whole different topic, because now people don't take that shit serious, because now shit that we used to maybe only talk to a personal friend, we went to the internet. Shit that we used to maybe only talk to our mom, or we went to the internet. Yep. So now you can't expect this person. You may see me, I barely put my kids on Front Street. And that's just because I'm a street nigga, so I still think like I'm not giving you niggas no room to know nothing that anything that I love, never.
That's a whole nother conversation, because that's one of the main breakdowns of us in relationships. In our own pain as a people, subconsciously, we have various aspects of our mind, and I teach about it because it's a spiritual force. Dunamis is a spiritual force. So where my mind has been inflicted, men and women have a tendency to do 2 or 3 things, and they don't do it to each other. One does it to the other, or the other does it to the other. And that is intimidate. That is control. And if I can't control you, I'm going to intimidate you. And if I can't intimidate you, I want to dominate you. And that's where we got to come out of agreement. How do I come out of agreement with those 3 things and embrace you?
Okay, Pastor Dee, can we do a part 2 next week? I'm just saying.
Y'all know where I am. I thank you all for this opportunity.
I need this to be a series, because we are not going to unpack all of this in one episode. You are amazing. I love how you keep it so real. Where can people follow you and follow your journey? Where can they find you?
All throughout social media at DunamisWoman. DUNAMIS woman, WOMAN. Put it all together and you'll find me. Google me. Pastor D.
I love that line. I need somebody with that quick. Google me, honey.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Pastor
you.
D. We look forward to having you back on the show.
Yes, we're going to work out your schedule next week. We might all be on Zoom, but we're going to do this next week. We're gonna
For having me, and I'll look to see you all next time. All right.
Clairvoyance Fashion House. We believe that fashion should never compromise comfort or performance. Experience the best of both worlds with our luxurious sportswear and casual clothing. Clairvoyance Fashion House is your go-to casual clothing line for any occasion. Our fashion gurus have meticulously created designs that are not only fashionable but also robust and long-lasting. Embroideries that are elaborate and designs that are wonderfully detailed. Our apparel is manufactured from the best fabric materials, which have been carefully chosen for their softness, durability, and quality. Visit cvyshop.com today and use code 6SEC to get 25% off any item in the store. Again, that website is cvyshop.com, and remember to use promo code 6SET, that's the number 6SEC, to get 20% off your first order. Now back to the show.
Hey, y'all, we are back. We're going to close the show out, man. But we first of all, let's give mad props to Pastor D. She is amazing. We're going to have her back. We're going to make her like the resident therapist, pastor, because, honey, we need more sessions to get that together. So we'll definitely have her back. Shout her out. DunamisWoman.com. She's on Dumious with DUMIA. Dumious Woman. Just follow one of us. It's on there. Dumious Woman.
That's why they got Google. That's what they got AI for.
You so stupid. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. AI is my friend, but this might even be me sitting here. Okay. But we're gonna close the show out. We'll get into these 2023 BET Awards or something.
I seen them bust the truth. What was fun when they was doing a scenario and with the little girl that don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Low.
Yeah.
She did not know. She didn't understand.
Them babies didn't know. Okay.
I'm like,
the majority of that audiences were fetuses when most of that music came out. Okay, and I understand that. They just thought the beat was cool. This newer generation is like, oh, they old, whatever. No, they paved the way for you, baby. Calm down. But what made me mad was the people in the audience our age who know this shit, know how they got down.
but you seen a couple niggas that knew it. I seen a couple niggas that knew it.
But a lot of them were just like, if you don't sit your bougie ass down doing damn well, you winding up on some nigga in the club at Cuddy Ranks, okay? And Patra, what vampire shit is you on, girlfriend? Did you see Patra?
I think picture.
Patra looked better than half the young girls rapping. She looked amazing. I want the romantic call. She came out and said, is that her daughter?
And Remy, I don't know what's going on with Remy Martin.
Remy looked like, Remy is bad to the motherfucker, but I'm mad at her stylist because you should have known that she was uncomfortable in that dress and she had to keep pulling it down. You should have put something else on Remy.
Oh, one with the one leg out?
No, she had on that little red dress when she came out when they did I'm all the way up. She did that. And that little red dress, and you could tell she was so self-conscious of that dress. So your stylist ain't shit for that because they should have known that you are not that type of bitch. You're not going to be out there with your ass cheeks hanging out. And you kept pulling that dress down. Couldn't even get into your zone like you wanted to, like a tail girl. But I felt you as a sister. I felt you, Remy. So fire your stylist, get you a new stylist. But, I mean, it bugged me out because there were times, the little young rappers and everything, they're cute. Now, I love the Migos. I ain't gonna lie, I teared up on that. So shout out to my co-star from Crazed This, was it Quavo? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Shout y'all out. You guys were awesome. That was so awesome that y'all did that shit to take off.
I knew that was gonna happen.
You thought so? Because that's what they did together. But that was awesome.
Exactly how short life is, man.
Yeah.
To be big.
That was a beautiful tribute. What's her face? Coco Jones.
She's a motherfucker.
She killed. That's a bad girl. And Mooney Long.
I don't know why. I don't know what Def Jam doing with Coco.
What you mean?
I don't know what they doing with her, but why Cocoa ain't being marketed as the next thing? Like, that girl, you know her album?
Oh, her album is disrespectful. Disrespectful.
That girl is, she's a, but it's just like, it don't seem
You
like.
probably have somebody in there that doesn't.
Why nobody ain't pushed the button on her yet for her to be who she's
because they so far up these little rappers' asses, which no disrespect to the rappers, but I felt like I was listening to the same song over and I thought they were singing the same song, and it was like the same heifer came out. You know, I'm just, you know, and even Busta said it. Shout out to Busta Rhymes in the lifetime that you know when I love Busta, but he kept it real last night. Yeah, I saw him in his video. That's all right. He's Busta. He still can rap though. He still can sing like rap though.
Raw, like a Dungeons & Dragons.
Okay. You can still do it. But I will say that I like the fact that he said, you know, let's take it back to the shit. You know, all I'm seeing is half-naked bitches and ass shaking. Where's the bars at? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's like we got the same female rapping and doing the same moves in every performance. Call me from prison.
And it just don't feel like, I think rap is trash, honestly. Like,
it was like the same song, just so
like if I want to hear a rap song, I'm not listening to none of you, if not 6 Tech. But the rest of you niggas, like, I'm not listening to none of you. All that NBA, I don't listen to none of the drill. I don't listen to none of Now, Fabio, I listen to Fabio got a couple shit. When I want to get ignorant, I got my ignorant shit where I want to get ignorant. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I got my ignorant shit.
But I know all the new R&B.
Well, no, R&B is killing it right now. We definitely have a resurgence of everything, you know. But with hip hop right now, it just seems like they have a pot full of songs or tracks, and they just close their eyes and grab one, and it's the same track, the same beat, the same shit, you know. And then it's like the same. Like, don't get me wrong, shout out to all the lady female rappers, but can we get one that's actually saying something other than how good her pussy is, please?
You do.
Of how who?
Rhapsody. The best female rapper in the world don't rap about none of that
Rhapsody,
shit.
was she in the BT Awards?
Exactly.
You made my point. I mean, I'm saying, I should know who that is. You know what I'm saying? But all we got is how good my pussy is, how good my pussy is, where I'm blown to because of my pussy. I'm like, girl, can you give me something? And the beats are cute and all, but after hearing it 3 or 4 times, I'm like, okay, I'm over it. But then again, also mind you, I'm grown. I could have gave birth to all them little helpers twice.
But then you got Scarlett. Who came out.
Scarlett. I've heard Scarlett, but I don't know.
She came out with Busta was performing.
Oh, that's Scarlett?
From New York.
I thought that was Bia.
No, that's Scarlett.
Which one was Scarlett? Because I thought Bia came out with a new song, but who's Scarlett? Which one was Scarlett?
Scarlett is the one that takes picture from New York. What the fuck?
Oh, that was Scarlett. Okay. I didn't know who that was. See, I didn't know who that was. Because the ones they shoved down my throat, all these little high yelling was talking about how
but they don't have, but she's more of a female DMX.
I like.
So, and Swiss got his hands on her. So,
ooh, I like.
I don't think we're gonna see her cross over into the Lotto or the City Girl.
No, because they're not talking about, you know, how that pussy getting them flown to Dubai.
And I'm yo, before we end, because I know we got shit to do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna end on the shot value.
And I'm not hating. I love any woman that's doing her thing, but I'm just saying, hey, they're getting me.
I'm gonna say some real shit.
Okay, what?
These young bitches is capping. Y'all don't got the best pussy in the world.
Oh, God.
I'm saying right now, women ages 35 to 55 got better pussy than any woman from the age of 21 to 25. I put anything on it. Any nigga who think I'm lying, any chick who got something to say, from 30, I might give it 35, might be too young. I'm gonna say 40 to 55, better pussy in the world.
Well, that's season. That's season. That's a woman that knows her body, knows what she likes, and knows how to give it. You know, the young girls are still like worrying about, they're either bona fide hoes where they'll do anything. You let dudes pee on you and shit like that. Or they don't know how to take it yet and they're running from it.
Well, I'm letting anybody know right now. If I do got any groupies or anything else.
Oh, God.
I am not, if you are under 40, don't come my way. I'm not your
Oh my God.
I'm a tiger strike.
That's someone like 28 and he gonna be messed up. Come on. don't know why I love this girl.
Look,
Y'all color
if you ain't got tiger stripes, you ain't under 40 and over.
Okay, all right. You know, I just, you know, it's cute and all, it's great and all, but it's like, you know, like, okay, we're gonna end real quick, but okay, did you kind of get the feeling when you saw Nicki Minaj in the category for best rapper that you felt like, ooh, girl, you looking real like senior citizen comparison? That's right. Yeah, Nikki, you might want to go about basically go get this.
But that's the messed up thing about what people don't realize when they do that.
You shouldn't even be in the same category with these little girls.
But when they do that, but even then, it's like, once you establish, like Kim, what if Kim never did all that shit to herself? You think Kim could have had an actual? The way Jay-Z had an actual? The way the rappers who survived that era had second and third act. If Kim didn't do all that shit to herself, you think she could have had a second and third act?
Yeah, I think, I don't know if it was about what she did to herself. I just think Kim just didn't understand her power and what she possessed. I mean, she was the queen of Junior Mafia. I was listening to, what was it, Ether? What was it? and Kim's verse was so vicious that every woman worth her salt knows that verse. And I don't think she just knew how powerful she was. She didn't have the right people in her ear building her up. Just like Pastor Dee said. She didn't have no nigga in her life building her. Because the fact that she did that to herself, and now she comes back, and it overshadows her incredible talent.
Like, she can't sit down and do a podcast. She can't.
We're looking at her like, girl,
yeah, like, whenever you see, like, as much as we love Kim, and I don't give a fuck who it is, and if you don't think it, you know you're lying. Every time you see Kim, you say, why the fuck she do that?
Oh, you do. I mean, I remember being at Essence Fest and watching her and going, girl, why? You was the bitch, why? You know?
But if she didn't do that shit to herself, I guarantee she could have resurfaced. So young rappers, young females, don't fuck yourself up.
Shout out Raw Digger, I saw you last night.
Oh God, didn't she look amazing?
Raw.
Didn't she look amazing? I didn't think she could do it in them hills.
No, honey, Raw Digger.
I said, go get it, Raw Digger.
Female DMX for a minute. So shout out Raw Digger.
When she did that belt to them hills, I said, damn, nigga, get it.
So look, just to shout out, like I said, no disrespect, we're not hating, we're just keeping it real.
No, just don't do no permanent damage to yourself where you can have a second and third act. Always think about after rap. Always think about
real with you.
Next.
I hope that this whole situation with Jackie O scared a lot of y'all to embrace your natural body. God rest her soul. But I hope that this has really made y'all realize that your natural bodies are just fine. And if any Negro tells you otherwise, tell them to kiss your natural ass.
And shout out to these niggas out here that's 5'5" going to get leg implants to be 6 foot. Y'all getting fake bodies, these niggas out here fake legs. Now you chicks gonna be out here fucking fake leg niggas.
Yeah, and prayers to the people who died in the submersible trying to see the Titanic. We're going to stick with the movie. God bless you all. Okay.
We'll talk about that in the future.
Yeah, so we'll be back, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Cocoa and Crazed. We love y'all. Make sure y'all follow us, Cocoa and Crazed Pod on Instagram, Cocoa Brown.
Patreon, make sure y'all subscribe to Patreon. Make sure y'all...
Cocoa Brown, COCOA Brown. Make sure you check it out. Go to the website, Cocoa Brown for Life.
Everything.
So
we everywhere.
We everywhere.
And
we
in the back loaded episodes, everybody watching from Cocoa channel, they're coming soon.
Yes, so go to my website. Go to my website, and you can also go to my YouTube channel.
We're gonna
Cocoa Brown Show.
But if you missed any of them, you could catch them right now on the 6 Tech Media Network channel, and you can also check out our Spotify. We really need y'all to hit up Spotify.
Go to Spotify.
If you're going to watch it on Spotify. If you're going to listen on Spotify. Do everything on Spotify.
Please do.
All right?
Didn't tell my life when it is. I'm on 6, you're back listening to booming system. Ride through your city with